I generated $277,000 in revenue in 60 days with Shopify and print on demand. Not because I'm anything special or I have any special abilities, but because I followed a proven, repeatable strategy. This is the exact strategy I use to generate multiple millions in revenue from 2 apparel brands in completely different niches, and now that we teach to others. Both brands I started from scratch without being a techie, without being a graphic designer, without being super creative, and having no social media following. Success is a result of strategy, not luck. And in this episode, I'm gonna break down the strategy that led my brother and I to selling $277,000 in t-shirts and apparel in just 60 days so that you can apply these strategies to make more sales and grow your brand. My name is Adrian here with my co-host, Carlos Colon. Welcome to the Print on Demand podcast, a show dedicated to helping you make money online with Shopify and print on demand. What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in and welcome to the show. I'm really excited for this episode because I'm actually going to be sharing a personal case study on how my brother and I made $277,000 in revenue in 60 days with Shopify and print on demand. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Let's go. All right. So I'm going to actually break this episode down into 3 different parts. The 3 parts are: part 1 is going to be the strategy that I followed to build this brand. All right. Part 2 is going to be the strategy that we use to create a winning design. And part 3 is going to be how we scaled up one winning design and made $277,000 in revenue in 60 days. I also want to mention, just before I get in, that I'm going to be referencing a number of tools that we used throughout the episode. And we're also going to include those tools in the show notes, along with any free trials, discounts, or special offers. All right. So just want to let you know, if you hear me say the name of a tool or something, just check the show notes and you should be able to find that there. Carlos, anything you want to say before we jump in?
No. I do want to clarify though that there's 2 brands. This specifically is referring to the brand that Adrian worked on with my other brother.
Yes.
And so both brands have been super successful, but this is a really cool case study because it's nice and concise and it's really easy to digest.
Thank you. Yeah. So let's just get into it. Part 1, this is the strategy that we followed to build the brand. So I had already built one brand, and then my brother was really excited because he's super entrepreneurial, and he was like, dude, I want to give this a go. I was like, all right, let's do this. Let's start a brand together from scratch in a totally different niche. And that's exactly what we did. So I just followed the exact same proven, repeatable strategy from the other brand that I had created that had already been doing multiple 6 figures in sales at that point in time, and eventually went on to be multiple 7 figures in sales. But this is the exact strategy, step by step, that we followed for this second brand. All right. Step 1, we chose a profitable niche. We went in the dog niche and only created products and content for dog lovers because that was our niche. Attract the best, repel the rest. We didn't care about non-dog lovers with this brand. We knew that it was dog lovers that were going to help us grow this brand and make a lot of sales and make a lot of dog lovers happy with cool products. So that's exactly what we did. Everything we just went all in on the dog niche, and we said everything we create, content, products, whatever, it's all for dog lovers and nobody else. Step 2, we conducted design research to identify best-selling designs that we could use as inspiration to create our own original designs. So we weren't just going out there and stealing people's designs. We never recommend that. I definitely don't recommend ever doing that for a number of reasons. It's highly unethical. It can get you in legal trouble, all sorts of stuff. Just avoid that at all costs. We took time to do design research. You know, if you're listening to this podcast, you know we're very bullish on design research because this is a massive needle mover for a lot of people. And so many people don't do this at all, or they just don't do it properly. And what I mean by don't do it properly, I mean they're taking designs as inspiration that aren't actually winning designs and that a lot of people aren't buying because they think they're cool, but there's no validation to show that anyone's actually buying these. And we say it all the time, intuition is great, but data always wins, right? Do you ever feel like you spend way too long creating designs for your print-on-demand business? I used to spend hours creating some of my designs. Now I spend seconds using Kittl. Kittl is one of the most popular design tools for print-on-demand sellers because it's easy to use. It has thousands of trendy pre-made design templates and incredible built-in AI design functionality. This allows you to quickly and easily create incredible designs without being a graphic designer, investing in expensive design software, or having any design experience at all. And if you find yourself spending way too much time creating variations of a design or a collection, you gotta try their new game-changing feature, Kittl Flows. Flows lets you turn one design into many with the power of AI so that you can quickly transform rough sketches or ideas into high-quality designs in seconds. It's perfect for testing new ideas without investing a ton of time or effort. Just pick a design, add a smartboard, drop in your prompt, and watch it come to life. You can try Kittl for free by clicking the link below in the show notes or get 25% off a paid plan with code ADRIANPOD. Now, just to kind of summarize that second step, so let me repeat it. We conducted design research to identify best-selling designs that we could use as inspiration to create our own original designs for the dog niche. Now, our favorite places to go for design research, there's so many places, but some of our favorite places and what we use were competitor websites, social media, we love social media, and then Pinterest and marketplaces like Etsy, Amazon, stuff like that for research. They're amazing. One of our favorite tools right now for design research is Everbee because it allows you to save a ton of time and quickly identify winning designs that you can then reverse engineer and use as inspiration for your own. So there's free options, there's paid options. Use what you want, right? Step 3 of the strategy that we used for this brand, well, for both of our brands. Step 3, we created simple designs inspired by bestsellers that we found through our design research. So we like to break up design into 2 parts. 1 is design research, which should never be skipped, and 2 is design creation. So there are a lot of incredible beginner-friendly tools for non-graphic designers like myself that I've been able to leverage to create really quite nice designs with very little effort. And 2 that are my favorite are Kittl and Canva. Those are great beginner-friendly tools that I pretty much recommend to everybody. They just allow you to quickly and easily create designs, even if you have no graphic design experience at all. So I don't want to hear anyone saying the reason they're not starting their brand is because they have no graphic design experience. Y'all, welcome to the club. Most people don't have graphic design experience when they start their brand. And let me just say, this particular design that made us $277,000 in 60 days was purely text-based. Purely text-based, all right? So no excuses. Step 4, we created a very simple Shopify website to sell our products and market our brand. Emphasis on the very simple, all right? Contrary to popular belief of what a lot of people say, Shopify makes it quick and easy to build a website. They have free pre-made website templates and no coding or tech skills are required. Much of it is literally drag and drop. Insert your whatever, like your brand story here, copy paste your brand story here, upload your logo here. This is something that I see so many people overthink, and as a self-admitted overthinker myself, I did also overthink this. So I'm speaking to my past self and everyone else that's listening that struggles with this. I want to let you know that you are very capable of creating a website very quickly. We know people that have done this in a year, and we know people that have done this in a day or a matter of a couple of days. Our goal for our students is everyone should have their website launched no later than 30 days. And ideally within the first week, because we have the step-by-step training to walk you through every single process. And even if you're not a member of TLA, there's other trainings out there that you can find to walk you through the process. Don't let building a website be a barrier, all right? So yes, Shopify is just one aspect. So let's talk about the next aspect. Step 5 is we use print on demand to outsource the printing, packing, and shipping of all of our orders so that we could quickly scale up winning designs and focus on sales generating activity. that is the best use of your time. Step number 6 is we created attractive, high quality mockups from sites like Placeit to use on our website and social media to enhance the brand, the website, and the product aesthetic. It is important. Like these details, they are important. I will say that the most important thing is that you actually have a product that evokes emotion and relatability and has mass appeal with your target audience, with the people that you're trying to target with this product. In our case, dog lovers, right?
Yeah.
And so we did pay attention to that. We were rolling out a high volume of designs, all related to dog lovers, but we also did pay attention to these details as well. I will say we were pretty scrappy and it wasn't perfect. And some of our mockups were pretty average and we still were able to make sales. But there's really no reason now why you have to settle for poor mockups. There's so many good places. You can use Placeit, you can buy mockups on Etsy, you can use AI. I've been playing around with Nano Banana, which I'm like quickly falling in love with for mockup creation. And we've got a bunch of students in our community, in T-Shirt Legends Academy, the private community, that are playing around with Nano Banana and sharing their designs in there. And it's really impressive what people are creating using it. Step 7 of our strategy is to get traffic to our website, we use Facebook and Instagram as our primary platform to attract our ideal customers and convert those followers into customers. So we're big on choosing one primary platform for customer acquisition, for marketing, and committing to mastery of that one platform. So for us, it was Instagram, Facebook, which are owned by the same company, and you can very easily market to both. It's kind of like a 2-for-1. When you market, you can make them market to both. Step 8 so that was our acquisition channel. Step 8 is our retention channel. So we use Klaviyo for email marketing to convert subscribers into customers and turn them into repeat buyers. So Klaviyo is an e-commerce first email marketing platform. We've been using it for years. We are really happy with it. There are other email marketing solutions out there, so feel free to do your own research. This is just what we use and recommend. But really, more importantly, we like email marketing because it's an owned platform. We wanted to bring people over from social media, which is a rented platform, to attract people and to convert a lot of people. But then we bring them over to our email list, which is an owned platform where we continue marketing to them. And we try to turn one-time buyers into 2, 3, 4, 5-time buyers, and even brand loyalists that will buy every year multiple times, right? So that's kind of the strategy in a nutshell. I went through that really, really quickly, but it's because we want to share a lot with you guys on this episode. So I kind of have to talk quickly because we try to keep every episode under 30 minutes. So I'm down to the wire here. This is good. Carlos, anything you want to add before I get into part 2?
Yeah, no, I just want to like go through it rapid fire. So you chose a profitable niche, and this is huge. Number 2, you conducted design research. You created the designs using the design research, so using the numbers, not using your emotions. And then you created a very simple Shopify website, and then used print on demand to outsource the printing and all that other stuff, so you don't have to worry about it. So that now you switch your focus over to the marketing. And then when you focus on the marketing, you're focusing on acquisition, acquiring those customers, which is you use an acquisition channel, and your primary acquisition channel was social media. And then you have a retention channel to get more out of those existing customers. So keep them and get more, because it's infinitely more profitable selling to existing customers than acquiring new customers. And so that's why you use email marketing to retain those customers and to get more repeat sales from the existing customers.
Yeah, absolutely. With that, let's jump into part 2 of the episode. This is the strategy that we use to create a winning design. And I'm going to kind of burn through this because honestly, there's not a lot to this. We knew that this worked because it had worked for us in the past, and it was rinse and repeat, right? And like, there's no guarantee that any design is going to be a winner for you. And that's why we say, always be testing, right? ABT, always be testing. Yep. You should be testing new designs all the time. Like, don't make assumptions, look at the data. And so here's what we did to create a winning design. First, we made a list of successful Instagram accounts in our niche. We found all these popular accounts for dog lovers. We made sure, I just want to put an emphasis on the successful. We didn't just write down any dog account. There's like so many inactive accounts on Instagram, and it only takes like 2 minutes to realize that they're inactive. Like scrap those. They're, and if they have no followers, no engagement, like scrap all those. You want to be modeling the successful, right? Model the successful. And so what we did is we made a list of successful Instagram accounts in our niche. Next, we identified their best performing content and designs to use as inspiration for our own. Third is we posted content and designs regularly to social media for testing purposes. Well, also to build up our brand, right? One, we're trying to build up our brand and get it in front of more people and reach more of our target audience through content marketing. But designs too, both designs and content, we wanted to test to see how they perform for a number of reasons, which I'm going to get into right now. So that leads me to step 4 is anytime we notice an outlier product post. So a product that we posted that was an outlier, that means it got significantly higher engagement than our average product post. If we saw that, we would take that as validation and we would test paid ads to that design and see how it performed. Sometimes they performed really well. Sometimes they totally flopped. That's just how it is, right? And that's why we say always be testing. Like intuition's great, but data always wins. Like look at the data. We looked at the data and some worked and some didn't. And that's okay. That was just part of our process. And then step 5 of how we created this winning design is anytime we noticed an outlier content post, so this was a non-product post, this could have been a funny phrase or a meme or something like that, we would actually try to convert the content into a design in an original way, and then we would run test ads. We would test paid ads to it because we knew that there was some magic in that content, and what we were trying to do is we were trying to recreate that magic in the form of a product and try to replicate that. And that is exactly what happened for the product that I'm talking about in this particular case study. Carlos, anything else you want to say about that process, the strategy we used to create a winning design before I jump into part 3?
Yeah, I don't want to keep people waiting for the exciting part, but I just want to say one thing, just in summary, success leaves clues. If there's something that's successful somewhere else, then there's chances that it might be successful in a design.
100%.
And that's what Adrian's saying here is it was a post, but it ended up being very successful in a design. And so I'll let you keep going with that.
Now it's story time. So we gave you guys a strategy of building the brand. We gave you guys a strategy of how we came up with this winning design that led to like this huge income spike in the business. Now I want to give you the story, like step by step, just so you can just kind of like bring it all together. So this is how we scaled up one winning design and made $277,000 in revenue in 60 days. So one day, a funny, relatable quote that we actually reposted. Back then, we did repost a lot of stuff. We'd always give credit to the original creator, but that was a common strategy back then. Now, it's so easy to create original content that you don't need to repost. And there's ways to, remix it and stuff. But anyhow, we reposted a funny, relatable quote for dog lovers from an account that we were following. And we noticed that got significantly more engagement than we had ever gotten on our content posts. And we knew right away that we needed to turn this into a design because that was part of our strategy, right? We were looking for not only outlier products, but also outlier content. And so we found outlier content, and within 24 hours, we figured out a way to alter the phrase in that meme to make it totally original. We turned it into products. We added a collection of products with the design. We were so excited. And we immediately began running paid ads to drive traffic to the product. We say all the time, like you need 2 things, right? You need the product with mass appeal and you need traffic to the product. One of the absolute quickest ways to get traffic to a product and get validation is to run paid ads because essentially you're just paying to put it in front of a lot of people. And if you have a winning design that has mass appeal, why wouldn't you do that? Right? Like, why wouldn't you want to get in front of more people? We wanted to amplify our reach to amplify our sales. And that's exactly what happened. What happened next completely transformed that brand. So sales started coming in almost immediately after sending out one, a new arrivals email to our email list, which we'd been building up, and also running paid ads to reach new people who didn't know who our brand was and who were not on our email list. Get this, here's some actual numbers, okay? The month prior to creating this winning design, we did around $5,800 in revenue. Within a 60-day period, we made over $277,000 in revenue. We went from $5,800 in 1 month to $277,000 in 2 months. Wild, right? Like it is wild. I still think that's wild. And we can't promise this for anyone, but we can say that we've experienced it ourselves, and we've seen other people have success like this. And I hope everyone listening gets to experience this, because it is a damn good feeling. I will say so
scaling
myself.
winning design.
There's nothing like it. It's so exciting. So within a 60-day period, we had made $277,000 in revenue. And get this is kind of funny. Just from the credit card reward points alone, because we were using our credit card to pay for the production costs, and then we would just pay off the credit card every time we got a payout from Shopify. And so just from the credit card reward points alone, my brother was able to go on a trip to the Caribbean with his wife for a week. And we weren't paying interest on that credit card. There was no interest, because every time we got a payout from Shopify, we would just pay off the credit card.
Gotta love those credit card points.
I love credit card points. That was purely a side benefit, like a secondary benefit of doing such a high volume of sales. And that is the power of a winning design combined with an effective marketing strategy. There was no magic here. I am nothing special. My brother is nothing special. I love him. He's super smart and entrepreneurial, but we're nothing special. We're not marketing geniuses. We just followed a proven, repeatable marketing strategy. And I've been able to do this across 2 brands. That one we grew to multiple 6 figures and sold within 2 years. And the other brand, we were able to grow to multiple 7 figures using the exact same, essentially like rinse and repeat strategy. That's the strategy we teach because it's worked for us. We've proven it twice across 2 brands in completely different niches. And we have a number of students who have been getting very good results using the exact same strategy. So, there are countless other successful Shopify print on demand brands doing what we did. We're not like the only ones, right? Some are even doing better. But one of our students, this is kind of a cool, quick story. One of our students went from $0 to $140,000 in revenue in their first 6 months using the strategy of building a brand on Shopify and driving traffic to their products with social media. So, and actually, Carlos, I want to ask you a question. Actually, you probably know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask you anyways, just for dramatic emphasis.
Okay.
Guess how many social media followers he had when he hit $140,000 in sales? Act like you don't know. He had 329 Instagram followers and 2,000 Facebook followers. Proof that you do not need a large social media following to make a ton of sales. We didn't have a huge social media following either when we had this huge sales spike in our business, right? We probably had a couple thousand on Instagram and maybe a couple thousand on Facebook. It was nothing crazy. And it's such a myth. It is such a myth that you need a big social media following. So if you're listening to this and you've been holding yourself back and you've been consuming that self-limiting belief that you need a large social media following to be successful, we're here to tell you, you do not. We did not. Both of our brands, we started from scratch with 0 followers, all right? And when we started seeing big income spikes in our business for both of our brands, we had small social media followings. And I just shared an example of one of our students, exactly the same, right? Yeah. But really, everything changed for my business when we created that winning design and learned how to scale it up effectively through social media and email marketing. These are invaluable skills for the brand building process. And I know that a lot of people listening to this podcast, you're an Etsy seller, and we love you and we're happy you're here and we hope you're getting a lot of value out of this. But I do want to say, like, taking a passive approach where all you're doing is posting products and sitting back and waiting for traffic to find you, this is not the most effective way to build a profitable and sustainable business, because when you do have that winning design, there is a window of opportunity to maximize the sales of that particular product or design. And if you want to get the most out of it, if you want to see numbers like we saw, you need to go on the offense. Like, you need to go on the offense. Get your product, your amazing, incredible product, get it in front of as many qualified people as possible. Get it in front of as many of your target audience as possible. And there's no quicker way that we know to amplify reach and amplify sales than paid advertising, particularly Facebook and Instagram. This can change the game for your brand. And I personally think there's so many incredible, talented Etsy sellers that would be so successful, like building a brand with Shopify and print on demand. I just wanted to kind of like mention that and kind of end things off with that. Carlos, anything else you want to add as we kind of land the plane on this episode?
No, I think you did a really good job in explaining exactly how it's done. And I just want to confirm that this is exactly how we do it with our existing brand right now too. And how we did it along the way, and how our students are doing it.
Right.
And so this isn't something that was a one-off in any way. And like Adrian said, there's a lot of other people that do this. This isn't rocket science. This is just using a proven path. Exactly.
That's all it is. It's a proven, repeatable strategy that we've used twice and others have used, and a lot of other people are having success with. So hopefully that was super valuable and super helpful, and hopefully you'll just take these strategies and roll with them. All right. Like, it's one thing to take in all the knowledge, but knowledge is not power. Knowledge applied is power. So we want you to go out there, to take action, and to start building your dream life. That's why you're probably listening to this podcast. That's why we created this podcast. And I just want to encourage you, if you do want more in-depth training on this strategy that we use to generate multiple millions in sales in revenue across 2 apparel brands in completely different niches, I recommend checking out our free 60-minute on-demand training called How to Make Your First 10,000 with Shopify and Print on Demand, which we're going to link below in the show notes. All right. So also, if you are ready to take action to start or grow your brand, want to take it to another level, and you want direct coaching from Carlos and I, there is an opportunity at the end of that class to join our training and coaching program, T-Shirt Legends Academy. It's not for everyone. It's for a very specific group of people who want to build profitable brands with Shopify and Print on Demand. If that's not you, then don't waste your time. It's not a good fit. If that is you, then it might be a good fit. So if you're looking for personalized coaching to expedite the growth process, if you're looking for a supportive community of other ambitious entrepreneurs on the same path, doing the same thing, and step-by-step training on our proven repeatable growth system, heavily focused on marketing, then you can learn more on that class and you can decide if TLA is a good fit for you. You can register for the training by clicking the link below in the show notes or by going to ecomlegendsacademy.com/grow. So that's it. This was so much fun. I love this episode. I feel like I'm really high vibing right now because it's so much fun to talk about this and to share these experiences. But with that, we're going to sign off. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for listening. I hope you got lots of value out of this. Remember to start before you're ready, take imperfect action, and know that you're always one design away.
If you're loving the Print on Demand podcast and want more, please help us out by rating this on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you're listening from. It only takes a minute, and this is one of the best ways to support the show and let us know that you're enjoying these weekly episodes. Thank you in advance, and we'll talk soon.